Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, November 15, 2011. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service, and I'm George Storm. In today's headlines, Alpha Gamma Rho hosts livestock show, Brazil grants citizenship to foreigner based on same-sex relationship, the lawn chair balloonist puts flight on hold, a man is convicted for trying to link up with Al-Qaeda, Morgan Mill hosts Thanksgiving feast, and sports. Now, today's top story. This past weekend, the members Alpha Gamma Rho hosted their annual livestock show at the Tarleton State University School Farm. AGR has held this event every year since 1999. A lot of hard work and dedication from the members went into planning the livestock show. The members of Alpha Gamma Rho had to get sponsorships from local and regional businesses, along with behind-the-scenes work of putting together a fully sanctioned steer and heifer show. AGR is responsible for everything from setup to tear down, including reserving the facilities and entering the registration cards. Garrett Briney, AGR president, says, "I am pleased to say that without a group of guys like AGR, a show wouldn't be possible." AGR member Jake Sinkurik says, "The Fall Spectacular Show is neither a philanthropy nor profit for the fraternity. All of the proceeds made from the show are put back into a separate account to put on a bigger and better show for next year." The livestock show has not only benefited the members of AGR with the opportunity of planning a show, but has benefited the youth of kids involved in either FFA or 4-H. Marshall Hughes said the reason for putting on the Fall Spectacular is to get the Alpha Gamma Rho letters, along with members, out into the Society of Agriculture. With Alpha Gamma Rho being an agricultural-based fraternity, it is a good way to connect to the current and active agricultural world. In international news, the Associated Press reports that Brazil's government, for the first time, has granted a foreign citizen the right to live permanently in the country based on a same-sex relationship with a Brazilian citizen. The Spanish man and his Brazilian partner live in the town of Araçatuba in São Paulo state. The action grows out of an October ruling by Brazil's Supreme Court that recognized same-sex marriage, giving gay couples rights such as the ability to jointly file taxes and to jointly adopt a child. The president of a Rio de Janeiro gay rights group said, "We're advancing our rights as part of a conversation about democracy in this country. Our Constitution says no one should be discriminated against, so we see this in the same terms as the fight against racism and sexism." In the United States, same-sex couples that include a foreigner have petitioned for permanent residency based on the relationship, but none so far have been granted the right. A bill pending in the U.S. Congress would allow that right. In national news, the Associated Press reports that Oregon's lawn chair balloonist has put off his flight in Iraq until next year. Kent Couch made headlines worldwide in 2008 when he flew a lawn chair supported by more than 150 helium-filled party balloons from the parking lot of the gas station he owns in Bend, Oregon, to an Idaho field 235 miles east. He had planned another balloon flight Tuesday in Baghdad, along with Iraqi daredevil Fareed Lafta, but a statement Monday from spokesman Mark Knowles says the two have delayed the flight until March to accommodate a number of groups that want to use it to raise awareness of the plight of Iraqi orphans. In Texas news, the Associated Press reports the Texan man who was accused of trying to sneak out of the country to join Al-Qaeda has been convicted in Houston. Barry Walter Bujul Jr. faced charges of attempting to provide material support to a foreign terrorist organization and aggravated identity theft. Prosecutors said Bujul sought to join Al-Qaeda and provide it with money, restricted military documents, and GPS equipment. However, Bujul said he wanted to leave because he disagreed with U.S. foreign policy. The 30-year-old was convicted in Houston and faces up to 20 years in prison. In regional news, according to the Empire Tribune, Morgan Mill will host its traditional Thanksgiving festival this Friday. For more than 2 decades, people have gathered to enjoy a feast as well as company from community members and out-of-town guests. When the tradition first began, around 150 people were being fed. Over the last few years, there have been over 800 plates served. While the event is a great time to get together, it is also a learning opportunity. Morgan Mill ISD Superintendent Dean Edwards said, students get a lesson in public relations by inviting elected officials and other dignitaries to take part in the event. Around 25 junior high students and 13 faculty members prepare for the event by moving furniture, cleaning, preparing, and cooking food. The elementary students decorate the halls in the school gym with fall attire. The guest list is full of officials from across the county, business leaders, Tarleton students, farmers and ranchers, and people from every walk of life. Preparations for the feast are currently underway to take place starting at 11 a.m. this Friday inside the Morgan Mill Gym located at U.S. Highway 281 and Farm to Market 1188. In sports, here's Clifford Jones with his report on the Stephenville Yellow Jacket football team.
The Stephenville Yellow Jackets took on the Everman Bulldogs this weekend at Weatherford for the first round of the UIL 4A state football playoffs. The Bulldogs started off with an early lead with a 98-yard drive caused from a Stephenville fumble on the 2-yard line. The Jackets would not go down easily, however, and jumped to a lead of 15-6 with touchdowns by Peyton Giebler and Whit Westbrook. Try as they might, the Bulldogs could not seem to have anything going their way. Early in the fourth quarter, the Bulldogs threw a floating Hail Mary from their own 13-yard line that was picked off by Braden Coverdale and returned all the way for 6 points. By the end of the night, Westbrook had 3 touchdowns, Hunter Bernays had 1 touchdown, Giebler had 1 touchdown, and Coverdale had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. The Jackets would win the game 49-23. Their next game was against Byron Nelson at Dallas Cowboy Stadium.
Came out and did exactly what we needed to do. That's playoffs right there. Yes, sir. That's playoffs right there. One at a time, all right? Yes, sir. One at a time. Hey, we got Byron Nelson next Thursday at Cowboy.
Reporting for Texan TV News, I'm Clifford Jones. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Clifford. The weather today is sunny with a high of 76 and a low of 54. Today's broadcast was produced by Clifford Jones, Chelsea Brownie, David Sosa, Nicole Saunier, and Matthew Mills as engineer. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service, also on YouTube, Northland Cable Channel 9, and Residential Learning and Living Program. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I am George Storm. Tune in Wednesday for the latest news from the Tarleton campus.